guest. My next guest truly is a comedian from Russia who is best known, I think, here for a beer commercial which has the words at the bottom of the screen, famous Russian comedian. He immigrated here about 8 years ago. He works out regularly at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, and he'll be appearing December the 9th at the Miami Beach Theater of Performing Arts and the 8th of December at the Playhouse Theater in Winnipeg, Canada. Would you welcome, please, Yakov Smirnoff.
Hi. My name is Yakov Smirnoff. I am a comedian from Russia. Thank you very much. I like it here in America. What surprises me that people in America don't know we have comedy in Russia. Russian comedian to American sounds like Mormon wino. We have comedians, they're there. They're dead, but they're there. It's hard to do comedy in Soviet Union because you have to write out all your material and you send it to Department of Jokes. And I'm not making this up. Every state in Soviet Union has a Department of Jokes. They censor your material, they send it to Moscow. There's a big Department of Jokes. They send it back to you censored. You have to stay with the script. You cannot improvise. If someone heckles you from the audience, you can't say, like, your mother wears army boots. Because she probably does. And she will hurt you. You have to be very careful what jokes you pick. If you say, like, take my wife, please, you get home, she's gone. I realized I wanted to get out of Russia, but it's not easy because you apply for a visa, but they give you MasterCard. And, well, there are no things like American Express. They give you Russian Express. Don't leave home. Finally, after about 2 years of waiting, I got an answer to get out. My first stop in America was in Cleveland, Ohio. Anybody? Are you from Cleveland? They made me feel at home in Cleveland, so I had to escape again. Now, I make fun of Cleveland because everybody makes fun of Cleveland. Isn't that true? Every country has one city people make fun of. In Russia, we used to make fun of Cleveland. Then I got to New York. New York was great. I walked off the plane, I saw my name written, big letters, Smirnoff. America loves Smirnoff. I said to myself, what a country. My parents came out with me to America, and our living condition changed drastically. I mean, in Russia, we used to live in a communal apartment with 5 other families, and until I was 26 years old, we lived with my parents in the same room. And when I was a little kid, if my parents wanted to make love, they would tell me, you know, my father would say, go look out the window. And then he would say, what do you see in the window? I say, our neighbors making love. And he said, how can you tell? I said, because their son is looking out the window also. It took me a while to adjust to a lot of things. I realized I didn't speak English. I have to learn your language. So I locked myself into a room and I was watching television for 3 months. And then I realized it was a Spanish station. Now, I've been here for a while, and I still make mistakes because you have so many confusing expressions. Like, for example, one guy came over to me and he said, I quit smoking cold turkey. I said, whatever makes you happy. What do you smoke now, ham? I was in a friend of mine's car. It's a Chrysler that talks to you. And it says, the door is ajar. Now, there's a confused recording. The window is a spoon. Some ads in the paper were confusing. Like I saw the ad says, big sale last week. Now, why advertise? I already missed it. They're just rubbing it in. I saw the ad in Yellow Pages says, bill collectors. Now, I know people collect coin stamps. These people collect bills. What a country. I send them all my bills. I saw an ad in the paper that said, we guarantee our furniture and we stand behind it for 6 months. That's the reason I left Soviet Union. Now, one more thing. It's Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you, it's my favorite holiday. I like parades without missiles. I'll take Bullwinkle over a tank any time. Now, when I first was explained about Thanksgiving in America, I said, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense. I mean, for every freedom and all the opportunities that you got here, the only thing you got to say is thanks. It just didn't seem like it was enough. My parents and I had our first Thanksgiving dinner in a little apartment in New York. And we joined hands, and my father said a prayer to good food and our health. And then something happened. Instead of releasing our hands, we couldn't let go. We kept holding on to each other tighter and tighter,